This is Moe Murphy from ClarkeCountySports.com. We're here at Mountaineer Field in Madison, Virginia for tonight's ClarkeCountySports.com game of the week. Tonight, the 7-1 Eagles will face the Madison County Mountaineers. Over the years, these teams have played some great games. Madison's in a rebuilding session now. Their new head coach, former Clarke Eagle great Chandler Rhodes, who was a star in both basketball and football for the Eagles. He'll be at the helm for the Mountaineers tonight. We wish him well, but not tonight. Look for the Eagles to have a strong performance. They're starting to get some of their guys back that have been out for a while. We still have a few players out. But look for a strong outing tonight as they play their last regular road game before heading back to the Felt next week for George Mason. We'll have all the highlights, interviews, and more on the ClarkeCountySports.com game of the week.
Sorry, Mo, we gotta go! Gotta create it. Come on, man.
Captains for the Eagles, number 44, Lucas Rogers. Number 32, Richard McNappy. Number 10, Cole Lawson. Number 70, Kyle Anderson. And number 60, Brian Wallace.
All right, gentlemen.
It's Moe Murphy from Clarke County Sports at the half. The Clarke County Eagles lead Madison 49-3. It's been all Eagles. Colby Childs has thrown 4 touchdown passes, 3 to Kyle Baylor, 1 to Peyton Rutherford. Peyton Rutherford has 2 rushing.
Ladies and gentlemen, please.
And Kyle Anderson recovered a fumble in the end zone for the other touchdown. Kyle Baylor also has 3 interceptions for the Eagles. So we'll be back with the second half. Clarke 49, Madison 3. You're watching the ClarkeCountySports.com Game of the Week. We're here with Ben Sprouse after the big win. Big night tonight for you guys. Ben, can you just talk a little bit about the game?
Well, it felt good to get back out there and put up some actual points and get a good victory. I mean, our guys came together tonight and played really well. We played together like a team. It's just good to get back on track.
And I know you sat out last week. How did it feel to get back out there on the field? I know you wanted to be out there last week.
It felt great. I missed it.
And you got senior night coming up next week against George Mason. How you feel about that one?
I can't wait.
Okay, well, you heard that from Ben Sprouse. He was one of the key defensive players in the Eagles' big win tonight. It's Moe Murphy from Clarke County Sports. Thanks a lot. Go get you a good. We're here with Mr. Excitement, Kyle Baylor. Kyle, you had a huge night tonight, 3 interceptions, 3 touchdown receptions, and I was saying all you needed was a return, and you end up getting that. Can you just talk a little bit? I know this had to be a big game for you.
Well, our coaches always preach take your read steps against the pass, so I just did what I was told the whole game, and I executed how I was supposed to and how we practice in every day. It just turned out well.
And were you just able to read the quarterback's eyes to be able to get so many interceptions?
I think it was more just me being there in the right position at the right time to get the ball.
And I don't know if you know too much about Coach Rhodes from Madison. He was quite a player for the Eagles. How'd it feel to go up against an old legend?
Well, we heard that he was real good in football and basketball, so our coaches were telling us that they loved him, but they also wanted to beat him up pretty good.
Right. Well, they did that. So how do you feel? You got George Mason coming up next week. Will be the last game before the playoffs. How you feel about that one?
It'll be a big game for our seniors because it's senior night, and we just have to come out and give them a win and then just prepare for the playoffs as best as possible.
All right, well, you heard that from Mr. Excitement tonight. He was all over the place, 3 interceptions, 4 touchdowns, and 1 on a return and 3 on receptions. It's Moe Murphy from Clarke County Sports. Thanks a lot. We're here with Colby Childs. Colby, big night tonight. 4 passes, I believe, for touchdowns and some good runs. You just talk a little bit about the game.
We knew that if we came into the game and we did what we had to do and execute, we knew that we were going to win. So we all came out, did what we had to do, and we got the win. Everybody got to play, which is big for us. I like when everybody gets to play. It makes you feel like more as a team. So, yeah.
So you've come back 2 weeks now with real strong wins. I guess you got to feel pretty good with the playoffs right around the corner.
It's very exciting. It's going to be nice having everybody back and healthy for the playoffs because we've been down a couple players, but once we heal up, we should be ready to go.
All right. Well, you heard that from Colby Childs. He had a good night tonight, throwing 4 touchdowns to lead the Eagles to the big win over Madison. We'll be at the Felt next week for George Mason. It's Moe Murphy from Clarke County Sports. Thanks a lot, Colby. We're here with Eagles coach Chris Parker after the big win. Coach, just talk a little bit about the game tonight.
Well, it was tremendous game. I told our guys it was a game of big plays. We made a lot of big plays. Good things happened. Kyle had a tremendous game, and his teammates. More than happy. It was a total team effort. Everybody on our team played and had quality time, and I thought our starters took control of the game the first half.
And I don't know, is this the first time you've ever coached against one of your players?
It's the first time that I can remember that I've coached against a head coach that was one of my players. I've coached against teams that had people on their staff, and I've coached against former coaches that were coaches of mine in games, but never a former player as a head coach that I can remember.
So that had to be kind of special, I guess.
Oh, he's a special, I say young man, but he's a special man now. Tremendous athlete, and he's got a lion's heart, and I know it hurts him to lose, but I think he understands that, football, all sports are competitive games, and it's the way it is. But I'm sure that he'll get the program turned around. I'm just glad that we were able to do what we did tonight.
And George Mason next week, they've been fairly decent this year. Senior night, how you feel about that one?
Well, it's going to be a power game. It'll be the opposite type of offense where we see right now, tonight. But, it's like you say, it's senior night. We have them at home. I think our guys will match up with them. We'll be ready to play.
Okay, well, you heard that from Coach Chris Parker as the Eagles come away with a big win tonight at Madison. It's Moe Murphy from Clarke County Sports.
Thank you, Mo. Thank you.